Hey guys, it's Chelsea, and today I wanted to do a different type of video than I have done in the past because I do a lot of really just goofy, just reviewing weird products and testing out weird things, and I actually got inspiration from this. I've been watching a lot of Shane Dawson videos lately, and he did a bunch of videos confronting people from his past back last winter time, I believe it was, and last year, and I thought it was such an interesting concept, and I wanted to talk about it. I wanted to talk about my insecurities and my vulnerability and my defense mechanisms that I use on a daily basis because I know how I come across to most people, and that's honestly not how I feel at all. It's almost like a caricature of myself, and not that I'm not saying I'm not genuine, because I am that goofy person, but there's a lot that is behind that and the reason for that. I'm gonna get into it because I feel like I'm rambling and I don't want this video to be like 50 hours long. And yeah, let's have a talk, you and I. Let's talk. I honestly don't know where to start or how this is all gonna play out. I've had this conversation before I started doing when I had this idea for this video. I didn't write anything down. I've talked to a few people about it and talking about what my idea for this video was. And it's changed a little bit from what my original plan was, and we'll get into that. But I just kind of wanted to talk as if, you know, we're just sitting and talking and we could be real with each other. I was always very outgoing and very chatty. That's just always been me. That's just been my personality. And I have definitely feel like now I use some of that to my advantage to not feel so vulnerable around people. When I was in elementary school, I got picked on, you know, and well, I mean, kids do. Kids get picked on. And I got picked on for like stupid things. I got picked on for my height. I was short. I was very tiny, like very, very tiny. I was, you know, always extremely tiny person. So I got picked on for that. I was called like short stack and midget and, oh, do you play midget ball? And these are things that like are they seem very innocent, and it seems like very just like childish, like kids on a playground, and it's nothing severe. I wasn't like, you know, head in the toilet or anything like traumatic, but it was enough to upset me. And especially because I was in third grade when it started. From third grade till sixth grade, I had this all the time. And again, now looking back, I really don't think that they realized what they were doing, but it was something that I noticed and something that really did bother me, and it really upset me. I also got made fun of. I'll put a picture up, but my ears when I was a little kid were very, very large and mildly pointy, so I would be called Elf all the time, and I was very self-conscious about them because it was something that I couldn't control for myself. I couldn't control how tall I was. I couldn't control what my ears looked like. It's just what God had given me, and it bothered me. I also had a messy desk, which is something that I probably could have avoided, but that's just a story of my life. Like, I keep certain things organized, and then certain aspects of my life are a big hot mess, and I got made fun of for that. There were two kids in my class, I'm not going to name them at all, but two kids in my class that at one point I had applesauce for lunch, with my lunch, and they stuck like, and I picture to this day, like I was eating it and all of a sudden they stuck like pieces of cheese in it and other like stupid stuff in it. And that was almost like I guess the last straw for me. I went to the principal and I told on them, and they had to apologize. And that was really upsetting to me. Like that was just something that was really upsetting. And again, looking back and as an adult, do I think it was like malicious? Do I think they were being, you know, trying to be mean? No, I think it was just stupid kids being stupid kids, but that doesn't change the way it made me feel. And it didn't change the way that I think it impacted me growing up. I was very self-conscious about what I looked like for a very long time. And I guess I still am. Like, I like to cake on the makeup. I feel very self-conscious, and I'm afraid of people like looking at me a certain way when I don't have makeup on, and of judging at all. And I don't think people are actually doing it. I think it's just all in my head. But fast forward to high school now, because there were a lot of things in high school that have definitely, I think, had more of an impact on the way I am today than the things that happened in elementary school. So 7th and 8th grade in middle school, I don't really remember feeling a certain way or feeling like I was being made fun of ever. I think that was a pretty decent time in my life, where I wasn't feeling like I was being picked on. I think definitely that's when my, I guess, confidence level grew a little bit, was in middle school, but I was never a kid that didn't have a lot of confidence. I had no problem talking in front of people or, you know, meeting new people. And I've always had a weird confidence. I feel like I've had confidence, but at the same time, underneath it all and in private, I don't have it. It's a weird thing to try to explain to somebody. And maybe if you experience it too, you understand better, because when I am out in front of people, like certain times I feel very, very confident in myself. I feel very confident in my abilities, but at the same time, there's a lot of things that I am very self-conscious about. And I think that it makes me doubt my confidence. I'm like, am I actually confident, or am I faking it? Is this actually how I feel? Or am I just acting this way because that's what people expect of me? Because I've always been that kid, am I now faking this confidence? And it is something that I personally think about all the time and I struggle with. I'm thinking, am I actually a confident person? Or have I pretended to be confident enough to now have convinced myself I am a confident person? And that's a weird way to word it, but it's the honest truth of how I think of it. But when I got into high school, I had a group of friends, and this is, I think, a lot of why I have a very small friend group now, and I don't do things with big groups of people. Because of this, of what happened in high school, was I had a group of friends, and again, I talk a lot. I do. I say goofy things all of the time. I know I do. I just happen to just say goofy things, or I say mildly stupid things sometimes because I don't think before I talk, because I talk fast and it just comes out. And I always have a story to tell, which has definitely helped in my job today. But I think definitely made people, I guess maybe I was annoying to people. I don't know. But I would have my friends, I would start to say something and they would just say, oh, shut up, Chelsea. Like, oh, shut up, Chelsea, you're so stupid. Or, oh, shut up, Chelsea. Like, oh, here we go. Chelsea's talking again. And maybe I was annoying. Maybe I really was. But in the back of my mind, I'm like, no, I have something to say, and I felt like sometimes my thoughts were being belittled. And that, I definitely think, bothered me a lot more than what happened in elementary school. Definitely think for me, high school was really what shaped me into my defense mechanisms. So I would have my nickname was Storyteller, which I wore as like a badge of honor, but I don't know if it was like kind of making fun of me because I always had something to say. I experienced a lot growing up because I did a lot of things growing up with Girl Scouts and traveling all over the place and doing a lot of things. So I always had a story to tell. And being told to shut up all the time, or being told that you're being stupid, or you are stupid, or people rolling their eyes when you start to talk to people that you consider your friend, is something that really, really bothered me. And I didn't realize how much it bothered me until like I would get home and then I would think about it, and I'm like, that's not cool. Like, that kind of sucks. Like, that's not how you would talk to a friend of yours. And the biggest thing that I've realized now in my life is I now have developed this like defense mechanism where I will make fun of myself. So I will point out when I'm being stupid or being ridiculous, because if I make fun of myself, nobody else can. Like, I've taken that power away from somebody else. Or I realize that I've become a person who does say stupid and goofy things all the time and doesn't mind being stupid and goofy, because if somebody makes fun of that, it's like minimal. Like, that's just me being stupid, and I know I'm being goofy and stupid, and I'm okay with you making fun of that. And it doesn't allow the availability to be made fun of for something that actually would bother me. So I have now, I guess, distracted people from, what could be. I don't even know what they can make fun of. There might not be anything that people would make fun of about me, but I create things for them to make fun of, so that if there was something that they could absolutely hurt me over, you can't. I've taken that away, and it's a defense mechanism that I realize that I use every day. I do say goofy and stupid stuff. I will make fun of myself. I will do things to be the goofy person and be the stupid person, because it's easier to like be made fun of for those things rather than be made fun of for things that actually matter in my life. I've developed I don't care what people think, but I do care what people think. But if I say I don't care what people think, then they might not say anything that would actually bother me, because like, oh, she won't care what I think anyway. I want to be taken seriously, but I'm afraid if I get serious, then there's a chance people will find something to use against me. So I don't. And it's something that I don't know if I'll ever change about myself, because I'm afraid if I do change that and I do become more vulnerable, that I'll get hurt. And I don't want to, nobody wants to be hurt. And we all develop things to block out, certain feelings and certain emotions, and having those walls up that I've built for myself is something that I don't know if I'll ever be comfortable taking down. I don't know if like doing a video like this is very uncomfortable. If you notice, I am so bad about making eye contact with the camera right now, because honestly, I'm afraid I'm just going to cry. I don't know why looking at the camera lens is like looking at a person sometimes, and I don't want to cry. Because I've cried a lot today. It's just hard. It's just really hard, especially when it was like in high school, was like friends of mine. That's where it was really difficult, because now I get afraid being around people, especially bigger groups of people, because I don't want that again. I don't want people that I think are my, that I consider friends of mine saying things like that. And I've kept my friend circle very small. I don't go out a lot. I don't socialize. I don't go to parties a lot, because I don't want to be like the weird kid. I'm a weird person. I know it. I say weird things. I do weird things. And I have my small group of people that I trust. And it takes a lot for me to trust other people. I'm good at pretending that I trust people, and I'm good at pretending like I am open and to people, but I only let so far. So I let enough information get out about me, and I do enough to make it seem like I'm okay in front of people, and I outgoing and goofy and stuff, because it's, like I said, it's a wall. It's something that can block people off from actually seeing, just how, stupid and scared I am, I guess. I don't know. Oh God, I didn't want to cry. I don't know if I thought this was going to be like therapeutic or whatever, but honestly, I don't know if it's making me feel worse or better. But it's just something that I go through, and I wanted to share it with you because I know other people go through it too, and I think it has made me better at my job because I'm able to be a little bit more goofy and stupid, and when I'm on air with somebody else, I'm the person that like you can make fun of, and it makes a funny bit, and it's fine because I'm used to it. But at the same time, it sucks that I have created that person where people are like, oh, we can pick on you, make fun of you because you've allowed it. It's like a double-edged sword. But this video was supposed to be, oh God, this video was supposed to lead up into another video. That isn't going to happen. So I'm gonna share what it was. I reached out to one of the kids that had made fun of me back in elementary school, and I'm pulling up my message to them. Let me pull it up right now. So right now, I'm gonna share a message. Originally, what I wanted to do was, for this video, I wanted to sit down with one of the people that had made fun of me back in elementary school because, again, looking back, I don't think it was, as big of a deal as I took it. And I guess it was. So it was a big deal to me, but I don't think they realized how they were. So I wanted to sit down and get their side of it, how they saw what elementary school was like for them and for, how they interacted with me at all, because I honestly don't think they realized it at all. So I'd reached out to one of the people that had made fun of me, and I sent them a message and asking to sit down to do a video. I think it'd be good content. I don't want them to feel bad at all. I really don't. I don't want them to feel bad at all. I don't want to make them look like a bad person. It's kids, stupid kid things, and I don't want that at all. I wanted to actually paint them in a good light of saying, like, I don't you know, I don't hate you. I don't feel anything really any towards you. I haven't seen them in years, but I don't want it to come out as they were a bad person. I don't want them to feel guilty or try to make me look like I was trying to make them feel guilty, which I know people are going to think that. I was very nervous. I was extremely nervous, and I didn't know what I was doing when I sent it. The whole time I kept thinking, I don't know. So the person's response to what I had sent them was, "That's crazy. I honestly don't remember anything from elementary school, but that is so terrible. I made fun of you, and I'm so sorry. I was a child. I would have to respectfully decline. I just have no spare time." Which, in fairness, honestly, I don't know if I would say yes either, because, you know, it is something that you don't really want people to like talk about or know about, that you would, you know, you made somebody feel bad. So I get it. I completely understand. And I honestly don't think I was expecting them to say yes. Part of me was hoping, because again, I thought it would make a really interesting video, and I think that it might help some people watching it. But I in the back of my mind kind of had a feeling they were going to say no. But my response was, you know, no worries. It's understandable. You know, I kind of, you know, had a feeling that you wouldn't remember, which goes into my theory that you didn't know what you were doing, and I left it at that. So we're not going to be doing that video, which is fine. And I think, you know, it could have been cool. I think it would have been a really interesting video and a different take on it, because I think a lot of people like me look at elementary school, and they might have experienced that, and the people that may have made you feel bad about yourself don't remember, because to them they weren't really making fun of you. I guess they were just trying to be funnier or whatever it was. So I thought it would be interesting, but it's not going to happen, which is okay. Which is honestly perfectly okay, because it would have probably been really uncomfortable and awkward. But yeah, so that's me. You know, built up walls that are something that I think I do want to work on. Possibly, I don't know, because I've been so comfortable in my bubble of creating that bubble of being goofy enough for people to make fun of that, rather than like the real me. And it's an interesting defense mechanism, but it definitely has made me better at my job. And I think it's made me okay with people, like, you know, hating me on air, hating me in the comment section, or calling me ugly or whatever. You know, I've gotten like, all right, whatever, I really don't care what you think. That really doesn't bother me. But I think, you know, those walls that I've built are something that maybe one day I'll work on. I don't know. We'll see. I guess we'll explore that journey together. But comment down below. Have you, you know, experienced maybe some of the same things that I have? Let me know in the comments below. Like this video, subscribe, of course. Thanks for listening to this chatter. It's kind of like rambling video. This is going to be really interesting to edit. I'm sorry for crying. But yeah. Thank you so much, and thanks for watching the video. Bye.